Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ariel H. So it's so awkward because I say the intro and then there's just a slight awkward pause every time I vlog, and it just sounds funny. All right, Oscar just got done watching Backrooms, the movie Backrooms, and he says he likes it.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone would not like that movie. I don't think it's one of those movies that's polarized. I think everyone that watches that movie will probably like it, just some more than others. And also, I think it depends on the meaning you take from it.
So what's the overall meaning that you got? Because that's I watched it like a couple weeks ago, and I've been waiting for his review because I feel like he analyzes movies a little bit more than I do. So anytime we discuss movies, I always feel like I add a little something extra to my review.
Just watched it, bro. No, it's actually fresh in my mind. I think there's two meanings. I think there's in every movie there is the meaning of the movie, but they always leave a lot of room for interpretation. So like everyone has their own unique meaning to it. I think the big meaning to the movie was the concept of...
All right, Backrooms Movie spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie and want to watch the movie, skip to this time.
The big meaning to the movie was the concept of like being trapped in your own memories, and like the more that time goes on, the more those memories are distorted over and over and over and over again. But those memories are the memories that end up keeping you trapped, you know, in your current reality. So I think that's like the general part of the movie. And people can create those memories so much so that a lot of times like your memories can become scarier the longer, you know, they stay in your mind. They can haunt you. They keep you like kind of like trapped in your own problems and whatnot. So like I think that's like the general idea of the movie. I think there's two characters. One character has already been in that same situation, but that character actually decided to take accountability and like escape, and she's able to like move on, while another one decides to go the other path where they just decided to like stay trapped in their own kind of like in their own version of reality, because then they don't have to face the problems, they don't have to face the real world, and they'd rather just be trapped in those haunting memories instead of actually like change their life. And I think for me, the personal kind of interpretation for me was at the very end, there's a decision that ends up happening, right? Where this person keeps himself trapped in this thing, and he decides, and he's starting to realize that he's in that same position, and he stays stuck there over and over and over again, and he comes to terms with the facts that he just wants to stay there, and he's just comfortable. And that's when the version that he's been denying the most kind of consumes him, and now there's no more war, just the person that so like I represent it as like if you are in a situation right now, right, where you have a goal, you have a dream, you want to achieve it, right? Like you want to be an actor, and then the pirate, you know what I'm talking about, the pirate is the version of you that is doing all this other stuff that's not part of your dream, but it's just keeping you good right now, paying the bills right now. And there's an internal conflict of the person you want to become, this acting person, and this person who is right now, who's just kind of surviving, paying bills. You know, this is like the temporary thing. This is the thing you have to do right now, which in the movie, the guy, you know, has to work, do the furniture. That's like where he's trapped right now, but he has to do that because he has to pay the bills for the wife, da-da-da-da-da-da. And the analogy I got at the very end is when the pirate consumes it, when he realizes that he's just, actually, I'm right where I want to be. If I didn't want to be here, I would have like left. The pirate consumes him, and that's like the point, I feel like, where a lot of people just give up and let that comfortable part just take over. And once that person takes over, it's just like GG's, it's over. Now your life is like your dreams are gone, like you're just trapped, and you let all your fears from the past just kind of keep you there. And it's kind of blissful because once you accept that comfort, a lot of that war in your head of like that dreamer, you know, they stop fighting, right? Because now this person won, you know, the battle's over. So my analogy from that was don't don't let that version win. Because obviously, like, I want to accomplish my goals and dreams. But never, ever will I let this, like, actually, I just want to stay here, win.
So you're saying I sell my house, move to LA?
I mean,
if that's what it's gonna take. There was a couple like clicks in my head just now. I don't know. When you guys watch the movie, if you watch the movie, you'll understand. But there is definitely like a very now obvious connection with like one of the characters and a therapist, which the therapist usually is more level-headed and is able to overcome those mental battles.
It's funny because the therapist, like, I'm a personal trainer. I've been training people for so long, and it's not as simple as like just, hey, do your workouts, whatever. Like, I truly believe anybody can change, right? I truly do. Like, deep in my heart, anybody. I don't care who it is. Like, anybody can change. And even in the movie, they kind of showed that anybody could change. But the therapist, in a single moment, she decided, she kind of just was like, instead of being the therapist where it's like, oh, it's okay, you know, this is normal for people to experience this, like normal therapists do. At one point she was like, no, it's your fucking fault. You know, you complain a bunch, you never take responsibility. Like, it is literally your fault. And the moment she did that and she escaped, there was so many little analogies to it. It felt like a personal trainer where like you're working with the client, because this does happen, and you really believe in them. You're really like, it's not just, hey, do your workouts. It's like, come on, I know this is very, very important to you, right? They're like stressed out. They're like, you know, depressed. They're not like confident. They're struggling with so many things that can be fixed. They just lock in a little bit. And at a certain time, like there's a moment where even though you believe anybody could change, as a coach or as a therapist, sometimes you have to just let people, like, not give up on them, but you can't let people drag you into their own haunted memories or haunted past. I think that was another analogy the movie did really well of, is like, that guy was like alone, but he kept dragging people into his problems, and like they would like die or like whatever because of it. Like that in the real world, it's the same thing. When you like meet somebody who's trapped in their own past, their own demons, you know, their own bad memories, like they can pull in people and like they can be contagious to other people, you know. But like there was a moment, I don't know if you remember, towards the end, where she escaped the pirate, where the pirate just couldn't get through. And then when she saw that she like had escaped, she looked at him in like pity. She's just looking back at the monster like, and then she decides to walk out. And that for me is like, as a personal trainer, is like sometimes like when a client just over and over again, you know, is not willing to change, and you want them to change more than they do, like sometimes you have to just kind of like pull back and, you know, not let them hurt you in your, I've already escaped, I don't need to be pulled into that, so I'm gonna like move on to people who do want help and do want to change and are gonna take action. It's a deep movie, bro.
Yeah, so in conclusion, go watch the movie. It's actually a great watch. And also, like, I guess this is considered horror also, and I feel like a lot of like psychological thrillers miss out on the horror aspect, and I feel like the horror aspect was actually kind of there a decent amount. Like there was actual suspense and like a little bit of fear kind of mixed into it. They played on like phobias a little bit, and like even just that one of like getting chased by something. I feel like that one's the one that I was like, oh shoot, it's coming. So surface level, it's great. Deeper level, it's even more great. All right, vlog. So I just got done editing this video. It's for Colt. It's basically a like a Mario Kart themed video. So here we go. I'm not gonna show you too much, but it was a pretty fun challenge. Definitely want to try it for myself. But we just posted it about 40 minutes ago, and so far the traction on it is pretty good compared to what we normally do. So it's just cool knowing that you know, you're trying new things and new things are working, so you just gotta kind of double down on it. But it's a fun challenge. Go check it out on Join the Cult on Instagram. All right, vlog. Just made some ground beef tacos. I am starving, Here's the little sauce action. Ooh, yeah, you like that. 3 tacos. I think I only did 2.5 ounces of ground beef on each one. Normally I do 3, but I need to make this last. You know what I mean? So, about to enjoy this dinner or lunch. I had some French toast in the morning. That was pretty good. I made it out of hamburger buns. Alright, vlog. I teleported. I'm at a shoot location and got my 3D here. About to get shooting. I'll try to show you some behind the scenes.
You got me shaking, yeah, I feel the fever coming on. Boy, you know you're all I want. Keep saying that I hate it, but it's kind of fun. Watching me come undone. No more games. Can't we just say its name instead of...
I completely forgot to vlog anything. Somehow my 3D is still cold, and we're about 3 hours from when I left the house. But look at this view. Sun's coming down. It's not chilly, but it's a decent enough temperature to drive with the windows down. So pray for me. All right, vlog. I'm home. I've been home for a while now. I made some food. I ate. I chilled for a little bit. I did some photo editing, and now I'm vlogging. I'm editing this vlog. So I just got basically up until that last clip, and I imported just some. I literally went and I randomly selected clips from the shoot today. I didn't do the edit with any intention, but basically I had the shoot from 6 to 8 p.m. and this whole week I've been thinking for some reason that it was from 8 to 10 p.m. So the client called or texted me, "Hey, just want to make sure you got everything, ready for today." I was like, "Yeah, I just started packing my gear actually," and I was typing that out, and then I just wanted to double check all the details about the shoot. Then I realized that it was a lot earlier than I expected, 2 hours earlier than I expected. So I was like, "Oh snap!" It was 4:40 p.m. at this point, and the place was an hour away. So I had 20 minutes to do what I had to do and then leave the house. Thankfully, I already showered and all that. But Oscar was at the house. We were chilling. We were supposed to film a little bit, but we didn't get a chance to do that. So I just finished eating my food. I went and put some slacks on, a black shirt, and I just packed my gear. I literally just started charging my batteries, but thankfully I have so many batteries, and they all had enough juice. They're at 50% each. So it was enough to get me through the shoot. I mean, it was only a 2-hour shoot, but regardless, you just want to make sure you're prepared. So I packed all my gear, got in the car, and just started driving. And I was hoping to use those extra couple hours to kind of game plan a little bit better of how I was going to do the shoot and make a little shot list or something. I mean, it was not really a too high pressure thing. And honestly, I didn't know what to expect as far as the location went or the vibe that it was going to be. I had somewhat of an idea of what the vibe was going to be. It was literally just a bunch of lawyers and they were having a happy hour thing, but I wasn't sure what the location looked like. I wasn't sure what the lighting looked like, so I brought some lights just in case. And actually, once I stepped into the room, I was like, oh my god, I don't like this. There was no good lighting. It depends. It depends. For the vibe that they wanted the video to be, that lighting was not great. But thankfully, and I had anxiety before the shoot. Anytime I have any shoot at all, I have anxiety about it. And I'm like, why am I doing this? This doesn't make sense. I feel imposter syndrome every single time, never fails. I'm like, I don't know if I'm qualified enough for this. And it was hitting me earlier today because I had a lot of other work I needed to do. And then because the shoot that I thought was in 2-3 hours basically got moved early because I didn't interpret the time right. And I was just anxious about it. I didn't have time to really prepare because I've been busy all this week. And so I have this imposter syndrome and I'm like, I don't belong here. What am I doing charging this much to shoot content? But then later during the shoot, it calms down a little bit. But then after the shoot, once I see the clips, once I see the photos, once I start like piecing things together a little bit, I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm actually kind of good at this sometimes. So it's just like really crazy how that works and like how your mind works, I guess. But yeah, we did it. It was a fun shoot. It was like nice and chill, wasn't too long, didn't really drag out or anything. There was a couple of like moments where I was just chilling for a bit, but it was cool. So I'm gonna do like a reel edit. Like I said, I just kind of threw clips in there and put music on it. So I'm gonna do like a legit edit and then deliver the final video in a couple days. I just want to make sure I put like more effort into it than just random clips. So anyway, Backrooms. Go watch Backrooms. I feel like it might just click something in your head to go and push a little deeper into your goals. Tomorrow, I think I'm watching Jackass, the new Jackass movie with Avery. I'll let you know if I do. And then, yeah, I just gotta do a little bit of editing. But if you watch the very end of the video, I appreciate you. You're officially a legend. All right, you crazy kids, I'm out. Peace.